Greetings, my self-compassionistas. Welcome to episode 2 of Spellings, where we see how words cast a spell on our lives. And so this week's word is procrastination, which comes from Latin. Broken down is forward, and crastinus, which is until tomorrow. So when we are in procrastination mode, we are putting things off until tomorrow, quite literally based on the energy of the word. And in reflecting on what was expressed this week in the Insta stories and on the live coaching, what came up for me was a really interesting observation in that procrastination not only is us moving things to the forward, which is a conditional experience, right? Well, I'll put it off until then. There's a condition that something else probably has to happen in order for that to be completed, and so that's why we're doing things. But that avalanche of us pushing things forward has manifested in the group that was responding in paralyzing or overwhelm. So this inability to move forward, which to me felt like the body and the sympathetic nervous system response to flight or fight, right? And so some people, when faced with a lot of things to do, they're going to just roll up their sleeves and get things done. But a lot of us go into the shutdown mode, right? And so if our response to procrastination is putting things off and then getting overwhelmed, my question and reflection to you in this procrastination video, in this spelling is, what can you do? One thing. So mindfulness asks us to be in the now, right? Be in the present moment. Don't push things forward. Don't look at the past. Be in the present moment. And what's one thing you can do in this very moment that'll help you move forward? So I know a lot of my folks and my viewers, y'all have 9-to-5 jobs, or you have jobs where there's a lot of things coming at you, deadlines and priorities. And I remember being in a job where there were multiple priorities on multiple time zones with meetings and visitors. And so I ask you, when you are in the state of overwhelm because procrastination keeps piling things up on your to-do list, one thing that will shift you out of the spell of keep on putting things forward until tomorrow is to do one thing right now. Because what our tendency is to shut down and do nothing. So if you're in a procrastination overwhelm right now, ask yourself, what is one thing you can do now? Doesn't have to be a grand gesture. One small thing, one small action. Is it an email? Is it returning a phone call? Is it drafting some kind of copy for your business? Do one thing that can help you move forward. Maybe it's, even more personal than that. Maybe it's, getting into the habit of making your bed. Maybe it's putting on a timer for 5 minutes to meditate. But what are you procrastinating? What is it costing you? And what is one thing you can do to help you move forward? As you begin to ease into these habits of taking small steps to move forward, I'd love to hear back if you begin to release the hold of overwhelm in your life. So that's my reflection for this week. Procrastination is putting things off. There's a cost to it, right? There's something that's being sacrificed in order for us to do that and be in that behavior. And a way out is creating one small action. Because, I'm in a transformational coaching experience right now, and the coach, mentioned that, if you've got a list of big things to do, don't start with the big things. Start with a whole bunch of things that you can get done quickly, because as humans, we respond to accomplishment and achievement. So begin to get into the habit of doing things and being in that realm, so you stop putting things off and you stop feeling overwhelmed, and you can begin to ease into the process of things being on your plate without needing to be overwhelmed and without paralyzing yourself. Because the truth of the matter is, let's be honest, y'all, the emails are never going to stop. The work is never going to stop piling on, and life is not going to stop happening. So life is the way you respond to the things that are happening to you. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Find me on Instagram at Alona Pamplona. Lots of questions and opportunities to respond and that create this dialogue and continue this dialogue there. And if you want to speak to me directly, feel free to email me. I'd love to set a discovery call with you and see how I can best support you. Until next week, my friends, have a great week. Take care.